Actually, there is nobody here. It's like, okay, there we go. Hey, how's it going? Hello, everybody. Hi. People are just rolling on in. Hi there. How are we doing? So, first things first, pardon the orientation, the profile view instead of the horizontal view when we do recordings, because I'm doing this on a phone and I like answering questions and I like talking to people. It's easier for me to see comments and respond to comments when the phone is closer, and for me to be able to have the phone closer and show everything, I have to have it in portrait mode. Landscape mode is great if you have like a big screen for me to read comments and interact with people for, but unfortunately, because of just the way things are, the way that YouTube kind of, I guess, organizes their live user interface, it's just not very conducive to like actually talking back and forth with the people. Even now I have to like constantly, thank you. Glad you appreciate the fit. Even now I have to like constantly like tap my screen so I can see the comments come in. Otherwise everything disappears and I don't know like what people are saying unless I'm constantly doing this. So, you know, YouTube's got some kinks to work out for their live system, but we do our best. We love it. We love it here. This is what we got. So today I am going to make a mac and cheese dish. I myself am not vegan or plant-based, but I like making vegan and plant-based food simply because A, I like to be inclusive of like all diets. And B, it's also like good for the environment to eat less meat and better for your health in a lot of times, to like, you know, wean out meat from your diet. Not like completely, but a lot of the time. If you have like 1 or 2 days a week where you just eat like vegetables and like grains, it does your body good. So we're gonna do what we're making today though is not healthy. So we're going to do a vegan mac and cheese, and what I've got here is shells. These are like just regular pasta shells. I like pasta shells the best when making for mac and cheese, simply because all the sauce can get inside each individual shell, and you get like a really, really creamy texture. What else we got? We got some fake cheese. I don't call them fake cheese. Just trying. I've never tried this brand before. I used to try a brand called Daya, and it was not good. So actually, let's just, I'm gonna taste it first. Little cups of goodness, exactly, that's what it is. So it looks like cheese. It feels a little, you know. I'm getting a little bit of that like vegan cheese aftertaste, but you know what? This is the best that I've had so far. It doesn't taste like cheese, but it doesn't taste bad. So I imagine once this is melted, it might actually work quite well, because we're gonna top the mac and cheese with this stuff. This is a Mexican style shred. Okay, it tastes the same. The creamy part, we are going to use cashews and, oh, I gotta get it, hold on. I totally forgot. I was trying to be prepared for this, but I forgot. We're going to use a mix of, does it have starch in it like other pre-shredded cheese? I think you're asking that because that makes it harder to like melt, or harder to incorporate into the sauce. Yes, it looks like I mean, there is starch in this, but I think it's made of starch. And so I think the question is if there's starch in the cheese. So a lot of pre-shredded cheeses, real cheese, has like, you'll see in the ingredients like cellulose, which is just it's plant fiber, it's fiber. And what that does is it keeps your cheese shreds from like sticking together and gooping together. So they're not really good to make mac and cheese with. So you use bricks of cheese when you make mac and cheese because they don't have those anti-caking agents in there. It doesn't matter for this because we're strictly using this as a topping and then melting the top of the cheese later under a broiler just to get like that ooey gooiness that you can get, or as much of the ooey gooiness as mac and cheese and pearls, classic and classy. You know, I do my best. So for the reasons of this video, having a little bit of starch on your shreds doesn't matter because we're getting a little hi. Look who joined us. It's a baby. Hello, you heard cheese? You have nothing. There's nothing you want today, girl. She loves cheese. I don't know if she can eat the vegan stuff. So for our cream, Violife is one of the better melting store-bought cheeses, so hopefully it works well. I think it will. I make mac and cheese every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas as like my contribution to celebrations, holiday celebrations. So I'm pretty used to making it. I haven't made vegan mac and cheese in probably well over, let's say like 12 years easily. I used to make it a lot, but I haven't recently. So the creamy part, we're gonna use a mix of cashews as well as, this just says plant-based milk. I was looking for, and it sounds weird, but pea milk derived from like peas, because they're really creamy and they're really good in savory applications for like, if you wanna do like a vegan bechamel sauce or something, or a Mornay sauce. Pea milk is not bad, but this just says, I don't even know what, oh, this is pea protein blend. So this is a pea protein based milk, and yeah, just as I thought. Not very tasty as a milk alone, but this will cook rather nicely. So we're gonna just let her cook. We've got some water already going back. I still have to salt this water for the pasta, but you're gonna help me today. You're gonna help me today? You did not hang out with me at all yesterday when we were making chicken soup. So she's being very, very eager. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is, if I remember this correctly, sorry about that. I should be doing this because that's a lot more smooth. I've got a food processor here, and we're going to make the cream sauce first. I was like, I could put the shells in while I make the cream sauce, but it only takes like 6 minutes, so I'm not going to do that because making sure your pasta is undercooked before you bake your mac and cheese is super important. This is 10 ounces of cashews. I'm just gonna use the whole thing because I'm not really concerned about making too much or too little, since I'm not gonna have any of this left over in the house. Kind of weird that they'll put like 10 ounces and not just a whole pound, which is 16, but okay, go off. We're gonna blend the cashews. And you want it to blend fine first, not into like a milk. So get it into a powder, or not a milk, I should say a butter. So if you do it too much, it'll start turning into a butter. And if you see that starting to happen, you'll add in some of your plant-based milk. But while this is it as a grain, I'll start adding in like the different spices that will make the sauce. So always with every sauce for mac and cheese, I do garlic. I also like to let's make this a curry mac and cheese. Vegans love curry, so we'll make it a curry mac and cheese. So we'll do garlic, black peppers over there, white peppers over there. Paprika is always great. Let's see, we've got that over here, paprika. Both regular paprika and smoked. Where's that smoked paprika at? Smoked paprika. And this is where all my spices are. What else do y'all like in your mac and cheese? My sauce. I've been looking into a sous vide versus a KitchenAid. They're both very different. Oh, onion powder. Onion powder is very necessary because it adds a little bit of a sweetness to it. And I'm pretty sure, there we go, onion powder. They're very different machines. If you're a baker, definitely go for the KitchenAid first. If you are somebody who cooks a lot of meats, sous vide all the way. Then we got salt, black pepper, onion powder. Okay, that's good. So, what's that little lamp on the counter? This was a gift, and it's really cool. It's an LED candlestick, so I can live my steampunk Ebenezer Scrooge fantasy. Walk around the house like, who goes there? But I just like to keep it up because it does provide like a pleasant light. And then the other cheesy quote element that we'll add is nutritional yeast. Are we doing breadcrumbs on top? We sure are. We sure are. Breadcrumbs on top with a little bit of the pre-shred cheese. So, nutritional yeast, we'll say a 1/3 cup of nutritional yeast. People think this stuff is like healthy for you. It's actually very calorically dense for what it is. But it's got tons of like B vitamins, which is good. Curry powder. No, we will do the curry powder later because you always need to cook your curry powder before adding it to stuff. We'll do a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika. That's mostly for color. A tablespoon of onion powder. And a tablespoon of garlic powder. There we go. Blend that all together. Now with all that stuff in it, it'll stop the cashews from kind of like, what's the word? Turning into a butter a little bit. I've got this fake Parmesan, but I don't know. I've never tried it. I don't know if it melts. I don't know what it does, but let's put it in there anyway. Well, let's open it and we'll taste it. And if it tastes pretty good, then we'll put it in there. If it doesn't, then, but we can also use a blowtorch to see if it melts. So, let's bring you over here. So I've got this Violife Parmesan. It doesn't say it melts. And so normally if they say a cheese melts, oh, okay. Not bad, very salty. But maybe that we can make that into a good thing. Now let's see if it melts. If it does not melt, then we can't use it in the sauce, because then it'd just be chunky. But if it does melt, we can put it in there. It does not melt. What would they use this for, man? It's good torch though. We might do this on top. No, we won't. Maybe that's meant to be shredded for like salads and stuff. I don't know. All right, so now we've got garnish. Yeah, maybe a garnish, but we're gonna garnish with these. And these melt. So since these melt, we're gonna add these over. Even though it's mostly gonna be on top, we're gonna add these like Vigolife shreds in here. And I'm sure it'll help afterwards. All right, now a little bit of milk. And this one, it's like, I won't give a measurement for this because it really just depends on the kind of milk that you use. Uh, is this one of those? It's not, is it? No, it's not. So, a little bit at a time. Wicked. All right, cool. Nice and creamy sauce over here. We'll test it for texture. It's still okay. That's nice. It still needs more of this though. And we'll add some salt. I forgot to add like peppers and stuff. So we'll add some white pepper to this. About a teaspoon of white pepper. 2 teaspoons of white pepper. Cumin. You can't do this without. This is cumin, right? Or is this cumin? This is cumin. Couple of tablespoon of cumin. And black pepper. I guess I could have just put the whole black pepper in there since it would have been processed through anyway. A couple things of black pepper and some salt. We're using Diamond Crystal salt. It is almost like an aerated puffed texture in salt. There is a much lower volume than regular salt, so even if it looks like I'm using a lot, I'm not using as much salt as you would if you're using regular Morton salt. That smells very nice. Yeah, we're almost there. We need some more nutritional yeast. Do you tell I'm just making up this recipe as I go? And why not? I'm gonna do some more pepper. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's what we're gonna use. Now we will do the shells. No, now we'll heat the sauce. To get the sauce cheesy, how big is that? That is a lot of sauce, so we're probably gonna need to go up there and get one of those stock pots. So if you just chill out right here by this for a second, I'm gonna go get a larger but smaller, the big small non-stick stock. Cool. Now to this, we're going to, he finally managed to tune in. When is he live? How y'all doing? I just go live whenever I'm like cooking something. So I wish I were more structured with it, but it's really like whenever I have the opportunity to. I don't know why I did that. That's not good by itself. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of oil, peanut oil. And we're going to actually move the pasta. We're gonna switch it out here. Put this guy over here. And we'll put this guy over here. Because we want more of a higher heat. While they're back in the sink. Actually, if I put you here, you'll be able to see. So when you make curry, it is always important to cook your curry powder. Curry has like, if you don't, curry will take on kind of like a raw, unpleasant flavor. And to really get the most out of the spices in the curry powder, you gotta fry it. Kind of think of it as like waking up the curry. Now you could do this with oil, you can do this with ghee. I'm gonna use a lot of curry powder because it's more, since this thing is a vegan dish, it'll benefit from a little bit more of that, like, you know, spice. Not spiciness, spice. All right, there's that. And as soon as it starts to smell nice, as soon as those spices really start to wake up, add in whatever it is you're going to mix it with. And that's how you incorporate curry into like a Mornay or a bechamel sauce. It's how I do it with my curry mac and cheese when I use like real cheese and milk and cream and stuff. You have to do this first. And you'll notice, incorporate that curry in. This should help turn this cheese sauce itself into like a nicer shade of yellow. It's wild that this is actually starting to like thicken in a way, almost like it was a regular cheese sauce. Very unexpected, but very welcome. It must be like those like vegan cheese shreds that I put in here. It kind of does look like it. I wish I had a Vitamix. This is gonna be a little bit grainy because of the cashews, and I don't have a better blender than the food processor that I have. So it is gonna be a little nutty, I guess, but you know, this is also a gift, so what are we gonna do? With this ready, we're going to add in, we're gonna cook the pasta. Salt. And we will do, I think that will easily do probably 2 pounds of pasta. And there's enough water here for 2 pounds of pasta. So we'll do that. This says 14 to 16 minutes, so we're going to do this for 8 minutes. Nine minutes. Give it a good stir so the guys don't get stuck on the bottom. And while I do that, I'll clean up a little. You. I'm also gonna get the thing that I'm going to serve this in. It's probably up here too. It's a big one. Nice guy. Pretty sure this will hold 2 pounds of pasta pretty nicely. It's actually pretty easy and pretty true to like how you would make a regular mac and cheese. Do I have a stick blender, an immersion blender? I do not. I do not. I dream of having a Baymax immersion blender one day. Those things are fantastic. Let's see. Finally caught a live. Is the cooking timer on my Amazon store? It is. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, but I don't quite like it. So I wouldn't have put it on there anyway. I have another one that I put on there that I may have put on there that I liked, but the magnet isn't very strong in it. So like I'll try to stick it onto a fridge, or I'll stick it onto like my cast iron stove, and it falls off and it like the batteries fall out. So I don't recommend it. So I don't think I put it on my storefront. As a trainee, I'm so happy to hear you spread the good word about curry. I cry inside when people sprinkle it on things. Yeah, sprinkling raw curry on food is not a move. You should definitely not do that. It tastes astringent, and like the oils haven't been like able to come out and like incorporate themselves into your food yet. So yeah, definitely cook your curry powder before. I wish 12-year-old me would know this. Okay, so we've got 5 minutes left. Keep stirring, gotta keep stirring this. I have heard of people, what's it called? I've heard of people actually just putting dry pasta into their mac and cheese. And I don't know about that. I'd be too nervous. Maybe one of these days I'll make like a double batch of mac and cheese, or like a triple batch of mac and cheese, and then I'll just try it once. I'll put like the shells or the dry pasta into the sauce right away, and just see how that works. But otherwise, I don't know. Heard of that for lasagna. I've never heard that for mac and cheese. I've seen it, and people swear by it. But the problem is, I can't taste, like, it doesn't matter how good one looks. It doesn't matter how good a mac and cheese looks. Like, you know, if it feels crunchy, I don't know. This thickened up real quick, so we're going to add just a little bit more of this milk to it. And incorporate that a little more. And since we're adding a little bit more milk, we might want to up the salt amount, because I want this to be a little creamy, and I want this to go into the shells real easily. So maybe even add more of that shredded cheese in here. There we go. Love that. Love this. when you said crispy mac and cheese. Well, if you do it like a, what's it called? If you deep fry like a mac and cheese ball, like you can have a crispy mac and cheese and it would be pretty good. I would do that. I've never had baked mac and cheese, and my only experience with cooking mac and cheese is using prepackaged Daiya stuff with copious amounts of salt. Yes, well that Daiya stuff needs all the help it can get, so yeah. I think if you're gonna make a plant-based mac and cheese, you should go crazy with your flavors. Add curry, add barbecue, add like smoked jalapenos and stuff like that. Or wait, what is a smoked jalapeno? Smoked jalapenos are just chipotle peppers. Add chipotle to it. I've added curry. Because at that point, like, you want to make it fun to make up for the fact that like you're not using the real cheese. It just needs a little bit more help. We are at 2 minutes. In that case, I'll free up some sink space here. There we go. And we get a colander, strainer. Is that the biggest one I have? It is. Huh. All right. 1 minute, 30 seconds. It's definitely feeling like they've expanded already. So at this point, once your like pasta shells have like really started to grow in size, you don't want to cook it for that much more, because otherwise like now it's like not absorbed, but it's it'll get too soft soon after. But I'm excited for this. Vegan dishes are such a good way to learn to amp up your game without the help of animal products, even if you don't plan on going vegan full time. Yeah, I mean, like I was vegan for I was vegetarian for 2 years. I was vegan for 6 months, and it really taught me. First of all, it taught me that my favorite cuisine is my at least like top 3 favorite cuisines is definitely Indian food, because they do vegan food so well. But then it just taught me to be more creative in the kitchen. And it actually taught me to be a lot more scientific in the kitchen as well. Because like I became more concerned with like why food does the things it does. Why food does what it does. Like the different ingredients, like why one thing is important to us. Why an ingredient is important to a dish outside the realms of like just taste. But there's also like texture and function, and there's so much more. We're gonna add some pasta water to this vegan Mornay. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And now we're gonna strain this stuff out. Strain it out, cool it off. Cooling off your pasta is very important to stop it from cooking. Not only does it stop it from cooking, but it washes off all the extra starch. So you'll find that like, even though, like you could add butter to this or oil to this if you wanted to keep it from being slick, but a little bit of cold water to rinse off all the starch stops it from sticking to each other a lot. So yeah, we want this to stop cooking, and it will start cooking again once we add that to the container. which will be another Dutch oven because I have a lot. Dutch ovens are great because they look good on the table, they're very versatile. It would probably be faster if I just like dunked this in a pot of cold water. Let that go. Manage this guy. Yes, weird. So, there we go. We've got a pretty nice texture here. We'll add more to that cheese as well. Cooled it off. Now we'll let that dry a little bit. We'll just put that on the hot stove and let that dry. We'll add some more of this cheese blend to this sauce. I need to get my sink fixed. Just saving enough for topping it with. We're gonna have breadcrumbs as well. Wish I had like vegan butter on me, then I would have used more than just oil to like slick the pan with, but don't have that, so we'll just grease the pan with some peanut oil again. Don't know why I had you guys just on my back the whole time. Sorry about that. Okay. How we doing here? Just dry this off real quick. Get all the water out. Start with a hot pot. Look at that. Peanut oil, and then that got hot quickly. Oh, okay. Get the sides, kind of like a mini season in a way. And now let that oil bake in just a little bit so that when we put something wet on it, it doesn't really do much. I'm using this because I don't have, a skillet would be nice. Ooh, do I want to bring it in a skillet? Yeah, I think I do. More surface area, more melty bit, more places to be melty. And everything just looks better in a skillet. We'll do this. And then if I have any left over, I can just put it into the pot and it won't be like as, yeah, there we go. Oops. Oh, we're fine. That. Where is my ladle? Ooh, gotta take this off of the heat here. There we go. I should have just dumped the mac and cheese into there and then poured that onto here, but I got too excited about using a skillet that I forgot common sense. What are you gonna do though? We can still do that though. Let's just do this. There we go. Let me redeem myself real quick. I wish I could say I was high, but I'm not. I will be later. It is the weekend. Okay. Oh, it's right here. What do you think is going on? All right. That, where's my breadcrumbs? Nope, those are not. So we're gonna mix some of the shredded cheese on top. Some of this cheese on top. Y'all better melt for me. And some panko. And that's it. What time is it? It is 3 o'clock now. Unfortunately. So because I don't have to be anywhere till 4, I'm not actually gonna put that in the oven. I'm not gonna put that in the oven right now because it is really easy for baked mac and cheese to get dry. But I still have some left over, so I will make a little bit for us just so we can see what it looks like. Because I feel like I owe y'all that much. So, do I have a small little pan here that I can use? I could use I have a tiny Dutch oven as well, so I'll do that. And since that's not much mac and cheese, still do my little thingy thing here. Paper towel. Help. Broiler working? Yes. Cool. Look at me. I'm kind of organized. Can do the rest of this. There we go. Shreds. This is like a baby serving of mac. This is actually like one dinner for one. This is like one person's worth of dinner of mac and cheese, and I'm looking at it. It's like, oh, it's a baby. No, this is like enough for a grown adult, but you never really like. You never just had enough mac and cheese. Well, in my case, you never had enough mac and cheese. I always end up having like too much mac and cheese. There we go. Now, we'll stick this in the broiler. If that doesn't work, we'll blowtorch it. So first thing, so that the rest of this mac and cheese cooks, we'll put it in the oven. We'll put it in a lower oven for like 20 minutes. And then we'll put it into the broiler for like a little bit more. So just, there we go. The difference on the broiler is just like lower on the pot versus higher on the pot. I think we'll do it for 10 minutes first. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes and we'll check after 10 minutes. I have to clean while I do this, so let's see. How are you guys? I'm like catching up on the chat. Is this a curry mac or regular? I missed the root part, sorry. It's got a bit of curry in it, yep. Oh, muffin tin would have been like pretty good. That would have been a good idea. Like, they would have probably like baked together in a clump, so it would be like mac bites. That would have been delicious. Kind of wish I thought about that now. Next time. We'll do it again next time. So how have your Saturdays been? I had a really productive day so far. Not just doing this live, but like, you know, I went to the gym. I had a really good leg day, which makes me like not feel bad about eating whatever it is I want. I legit want to make mac and cheese now, not gonna lie. You should. I've got a regular mac and cheese recipe on my channel. I've got a regular mac and cheese recipe on my channel, and also, like, look at that. That's gonna be so good. Like, imagine that, like, melted. Ah, that's gonna be delicious. But you saw how easy it was. I think doing a non-vegan version is a little bit more challenging because you actually, there are like you have to respect people who know how to make mac and cheese or who are responsible of making mac and cheese for their family during the holidays because it's classic French technique. Like making a bechamel sauce is not easy. And if you're a home cook and you're like confident enough to make something like that for an entire family for like maybe like 10, 20, 30 people, like you throw down. That is the definition of throwing down in the kitchen. I've been taking notes of what you did today. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. I hope it all works out. I'll do the dishes later because I can't do the dishes in this. Don't want to roll the sleeves up too much and damage the sweater. Since I love me a cardigan, a springtime cardigan. Where's my dog? She ain't even here. Mochi! You want some real cheese? Mama! Hi, baby. Hi there. Hi. You sit. Oh, no, not that. Sit pretty. Oh, good girl. Speak. Oh, good. Speak. 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 Okay. Slow down, though. You gotta slow down. Gentle. 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 Oh, good girl. Like a lady. Oh, it's a good girl. Bang. Bang. Oh my gosh, she's hurt. Oh, she's hurt. Then she has cheese and we're fine. Yeah. Springtime cardigan buddies. Oh yeah. Was there more Final Fantasy music playing earlier? Probably. I play it a lot for this. For my lives, I like to use this pop culture lo-fi playlist. Mostly because like I don't get copyright strikes when I like use this playlist. Any other playlist, I get like tons of copyright strikes. Not copyright strikes, but like, you know, I get demonetized. But when I play like generic lo-fi, I'm fine. I'm impatient. Hey Siri, how long left on the timer? Okay, we are 5 minutes in. I'm going to check. Because I haven't made it in that, I have never made it in a Dutch oven before. And so it never hurts to check. Okay, the shells are a good texture. The shells are cooked. But I would like to see like more. I'm gonna bring this up. It's probably because it's like the walls of the Dutch oven are so high, it's not getting close enough to the top heating element, which is okay. We have a blowtorch, and luckily, like when it comes to vegan cheese, blowtorch can save everything. Blowtorch saves everything. That will work. 5 minutes to cook, 5 minutes to roast. You would make a great Spike Spiegel. I don't know what that means. I hope that's not a mean thing to say. The only Daiya thing I liked when I tried recently was a cream cheese they have. It was kind of stiff, but great on toasted bagels. All right. I really like, shoot, there's something called like Cove or Cave. They do like a creamy like cheese, but they put like the brie mold on top of it. So even though it's vegan and it's made with like cashew milk and stuff like that, it still has like funky brie flavors. That's pretty good. I actually made your curry mac and cheese this week. It was delicious. It turned out great in the Dutch oven. Oh, well, thank you. I'm really glad you tried it. Old school. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Wait, which one's Spike Spiegel? I never. Oh no, Cowboy Bebop. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Samurai Champloo, and they are not the same. I was like, which character is that from there? I'm so glad you guys enjoy the live. We've got a few more minutes before we like do a reveal. Do I want to put Togarashi on this? Yeah, I do. I think I do. Yeah, that would be good. Or chili oil. Chili oil's vegan. Wait. Oh, this one is not. This is my chorizo chili oil. That would have been awful if I like put chili oil on this big vegan thing of like mac and cheese and it was like the one that was like literally confit with like pork. Here. This is not. This is vegan. This is just chilies. I think. I can't read the label. Let's not risk it. You know what? What'll be good? Old Bay hot sauce. If you don't know this stuff, you should get to know it. Old Bay hot sauce is one of my favorite hot sauces. It's so good. Wings, I like putting it on mac and cheese. Any kind of mac and cheese. And so flatbreads eat while watching this. Awesome. RJB Austin, I'm proud of you. If anything, I'm proud of you. Good for you. Do you label your ingredients in the cupboard? No, I don't. Because I'm the only one in this kitchen. I know what's in everything most of the time. And so like, you know, labeling is great when you share a restaurant kitchen and everybody has to like know what's inside everything. But if you're the only one in there and you don't remember what's inside something, it's probably time to throw it out. Yeah, I was very, very organized and I labeled everything when I had other cooks working for me and working with me. But now that I'm on my own, I'm just like, it's in a jar. Everything's a mystery box. Hey Siri, thank you. No. Hey Siri, stop the timer. She used to stop. Okay. She used to stop when I said thank you before. Now she just says you're welcome and keeps going. All right, here we go. I can hear sizzling. Okay. It needs more melty. It needs more. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It started, it looks good, but it just needs a little more, right? So we can blowtorch it. Okay. Creamy on the inside. We got that gooey. We got some melty. We got some doesn't look, looks pretty good so far. This is gonna be really hot. This is gonna burn my mouth. I mean, we're gonna proceed to do it anyway because I don't want to keep y'all waiting. But like, okay. So it's not. Is it? Is it like my curry, Gruyere, sharp cheddar, and what's the other cheese that I use? Wisconsin brick. Like, that's what's in my regular mac and cheese. Gruyere, sharp cheddar, Wisconsin brick, topped with Parmesan. So is it that? No. It could never, she could never be that girl. But she's still tasty. She's still very tasty. And if you're like used to going completely without, I would eat all of this and say thank you. Oh shit. But like crispy, gooey, crunchy, and quite cheesy. Also good if you're like extremely lactose intolerant. If you were lactose intolerant, if I were lactose intolerant, which I am not, I would definitely just like risk hurting myself for real mac and cheese though. Let's be real. Very nice. Oh, hot sauce. Give me another reason to eat some more of this. Maybe some togarashi as well. Yes. 100% yes. Absolutely. And it's totally al dente, not even al dente, it is like perfectly cooked. It's not even on the side of undercooked, it is... I'm really glad I did you leg day today. You didn't think a vegan mac and cheese could do that to you. I never thought I could. But success, and I'm really glad some of you were here with me to document, because I'm gonna have to watch this live over again and write the recipe down, because I was just going by like, I was doing the chef thing. So I don't have a kitchen, I just have an air fryer and an Instapot. What do you suggest you make? If you have an air fryer and an Instapot, there's a lot that you can make. So like an Instapot, you can like boil food, you can pressure cook your food, you can make yourself like a really, really good stew. You can make yourself a really good stew, or you can make this in your Instapot and then like roast stuff in your air fryer. So like roast chicken thighs. So if you do like I'm actually probably gonna do today is Saturday? Sunday. Maybe Sunday I'll do a roast chicken tomorrow. And you'll be able to do those with like a couple of chicken leg quarters in your air fryer, some ras el hanout or some spice, and then make some rice in your Instapot, and you've got like a meal there. Like those two things are all you really need. If you get a rice cooker on top of that and have like an air fryer, an Instapot, and a rice cooker, then you have like a 3-course meal machine. I have all those. So I'm studying for the bar exam. Any tips? First of all, good luck on your bar exam. Second, I have found that when studying for anything, my retention, and this is because I have ADHD, if you read your notes on a treadmill while like just on a steady walking pace, you're less distracted. It is easier to focus on something that you're reading if you're doing some super light activity. Treadmill is great because you don't really have to watch where you're going if you're going slow enough. If you put it on an iPad or a tablet, you can just like swipe through without worrying about like dirtying a book or putting a big book on your treadmill. So if you go to a school that has treadmills, and you're burning calories while you're doing it, which isn't the important part, but it's not a bad thing. So that's what I used to do when I study. Now I do that when reading for fun. I like just like get on the treadmill or the stair machine, pop on my iPad and like read some fiction, some sci-fi. Please, the recipe would be great, but that would be amazing. Yep, I will do my best. I will do my best. How do you manage a content schedule? I don't. You notice this live has only been for like for an hour. That's about as much time as I have to like look like I have my life together. So, but now, what am I reading right now? Right now, I am reading The Last Season by N.K. Jemisin. And before, I was reading another book by her called The City We Became. And both of those books, the last season won ton of awards. Like it's a trilogy, and every single book in that trilogy has won, I think, like a Saturn Award. And it is just amazing. It is so very, very good. I do highly recommend it. The City We Became is very, very good. The City We Became is very, very good. And I think she just released another one for that and is turning that one into a series as well. This last season, I think the first book is 400 pages or something like that. And I tell you, like, I haven't been able to put it down. I'm almost done, and it's been like a month. It's wild. It's so good. So yeah, that is my time, because now I have to cook the other one and get that one ready for the party and get myself together, let my dog out, that kind of thing. So thank you so much for joining me on my live, everybody. I am so happy that like, first of all, that this worked out, because nobody likes to be embarrassed in front of 49 people. So I'll see you guys later. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow to do another cook with me, but otherwise, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys later.